This is Gerard Braud, and I know a lot of you are getting ready to face some serious weather that you're not used to, so I'm going to put together for you 12 winter storm action items to help you with your crisis communications. Here's number one: don't sugarcoat the news. Tell people exactly what's going to happen and give them the worst case scenario. Number two, don't hedge your bets with optimism. It is better to set the expectations for the worst that will happen rather than apologizing when you've underestimated the effects. Number three, be ready to use every means of communications available to you, because some of you are going to be without electricity. So be ready to use posts to your website, then be ready to share information with your employees and your customers by using not only your website, but by creating videos like this, using an iPhone or an iPad or a tablet or whatever you happen to have, and then post that to YouTube, and then be ready to send those links out using email, Facebook, Twitter, and whatever other means that you have. Don't hesitate to post videos like this to CNN iReports, especially if it's something that is significantly newsworthy at a national level, and make sure that you add links to all of your social media that cross-reference one another. Number four, make sure your media spokespeople have all been trained. Make sure that before every interview they do, spend at least 5 minutes with them, getting them ready. Number five, be Skype ready. Many of you will not have access to mainstream media, but a Skype interview over a smart device like the one I'm using right now can be very useful to you. But again, you have to media train for a Skype interview. Remember, that camera is way over here. We don't want eyes looking at the screen. We want eyes looking at this camera. Number six, expect a spike in social media traffic. Many of you do not have high social media traffic on your Facebook and Twitter pages on a normal day, but when your customers can't get to their computers because they're without electricity, they're going to turn to their mobile devices, and especially Facebook is going to light up. Some of you are going to see a spike in that. Number seven, direct tweets to reporters. That's just such an effective way to get information to reporters. Many of them will respond now to a tweet faster than they will respond to a post, to a text message, or to an email or a phone call. Don't underestimate those direct tweets to reporters. Number eight, use your social media as a resource, not to just talk about your organization, but help people find food, clothing, shelter, creature comforts. Be a resource page that will drive more traffic to your social media sites when you're a resource for things other than what your company or organization specialize in. Number nine, don't be left in the dark. Many of you are going to be without power for 2 weeks. You need ample charging devices for your mobile devices. One of my favorites is a little box called Mophie. You can charge it up now. It will recharge your mobile devices 2 and 3 times. You'll need to buy several of those and charge them now. And also remember that if you need power, you can leave the area that is without power, drive if the roads are available, and you can go to places that do have power. Number 10, rest when you can. Everybody doesn't need to be up all the time. Get a good night's sleep, and do not hesitate to let some members of your team sleep during the day, or certainly take naps during the day. You need your wits about you, and rest will get you that. Number 11, victory in crisis communications comes from what you do before, not by how well you wing it in the middle of the crisis. So make sure that your preparedness is done now, and that you begin to manage the expectations of your audience now, but also plan the follow-up communications that you're going to need to do over the next 2 weeks. Number 12, be ready to update your crisis communications plan. Your plan should be so thorough that you should be able to read it as you go through this crisis and follow the directions, and have very specific timelines and tasks embedded in that plan. After this crisis is over, evaluate the plan to make sure it worked, and then be ready to do some updates. I'm going to be standing by to help many of you during these next few days. You all have my phone number, my email address, my contact information, so don't hesitate to reach out to me. I hate to say it, but I'm going to be here in the warm weather, but I am standing by to help all of you. This is Gerard Braud standing by to help you with your crisis communications during these winter storms.